Alright, so this week, wow, this week is gonna be a pretty busy week of meetings with teams from members from Vision Paradox, clients, potential clients, so it should be a lot of fun. Let's go. So this is continuing in this report of something I shared on Anchor the other day, and the thesis in People Are the Game. Not just using, not just working with people to create the result, but also spending time with them outside of the context of work to really build that relationship. There's a work relationship, but then that's just like a small bit and piece of a relationship in general. If you can build, infrastructure, something much bigger outside of that, I think that just enhances that small bit of relationship, which is the work. So I'm early as expected because I live pretty close by here, so I'll be seeing them soon. So look who's here.
Hello.
Oh, nice glasses.
Oh yeah, I got you. They're Harry Potter glasses.
They are. That was New Mexico.
Glad to be back.
Yeah.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
I saw the footage of that family stealing. Oh my god.
Minus all the crazy, people.
Yeah.
It's a good place.
Like the awkward stages, I can't.
I'm at that. I'm committed to either when it's long enough, I chop it up and donate it. If it's still not long enough by February, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna go all the way till my next birthday. Rome went pretty well. I think I should be focusing now. There you go. It wasn't really so much of a meeting. I'm calling it a meeting because we ended up talking shop anyways, but the main idea was just to hang out and get to know the client a little bit more. And that's just the main feedback that I'm seeing within myself is I do great with these initial enrollment conversations and signing people on. The follow-up game isn't exactly the best, and that's where people feel lost in touch, unsure with what's going on in terms of the communication. So I'm making it a point to do things that makes the client allows the client to feel involved in what we're doing. That dinners, lunches, meeting the team, hopping on the phone on them randomly, things like that, and updated ways in how we do social media management, or social media reports. So just constantly, I'm getting a lot of glare. I'm constantly just looking for a way to make things better and better and better, and that to my detriment. That's one of the things that kind of slows the team down a little bit because I'm constantly changing things around or having to relearn, especially with the system we create that I just revamped, within 2 hours for fun. It was actually really fun, but while I had some downtime at a music video shoot during the Unity era, video shoot, and yeah, so right now I'm gonna hop on the phone call with I was just looking at the stats and I saw things not at the level I want. We lost them to begin with. It was the lack of consistency. Going with the aesthetic for Instagram, I like what you've been doing that, and because I really like the direction, and I like the creativity that you have. Not the biggest thing is the consistency of it. Like what's going on, what's the gap in getting that complete. It's been months. So what's going to be different, moving forward? What about what's okay? So what's actually keep going. I just want to hear everything so I can understand the context. Yeah, I definitely hear where you're coming from. And you want to try things, so you're trying to take it on yourself so you can put it out there. this is part I could see, and I like that you're taking that initiative. This is why we have this team, so you have multiple ideas, and you shoot it to the editor and the graphic designer. They create those things for you, so you can focus on the task that you're supposed to be doing. That way, because these guys can, if you can provide examples closer to it, like, I don't know, like 3, 4, 5 examples of exactly what you want. Here's every video editor, like, putting a meme together is not hard. If you can tell them, put the top text, bottom text. Here's examples. You know, that's not that hard, because they'll figure out the dimensions, and if it's anything, you tell them what to fix, and then 5 minutes writing notes is a lot better than 2 hours trying to figure it out on your own, and then you find yourself behind on things that you need to get done. You know what I mean? So I think, so I like that you're taking responsibility for on the end of trying to push the boundaries on the creative level. But I brought you on board to, like, mainly so you can handle and to up your social media skills, because I know you're creative. No doubt that you are, because I fucking love that experimental Snapchat thing you did, which is really fucking cool. So I that's what I loved. So if you're able, now the question is, how can you communicate that to the team that can create this stuff for you in a faster pace? That way you can, like, even though there might be a down period of you might be recycling some content, at least there's something, versus trying to come up with something and then you're exhausting yourself and realizing you've used up the 3-4 hours trying to create 2-3 videos. With our new client, we created 45 videos within 2 weeks. That's why I'm fighting, like I want you to stay on board, because you have great energy. There's a creative sense that I really appreciate about you, and with the consistency, and you know, like if this was like, luckily, super, like, low maintenance. If this had been, who's an artist who's very insanely ambitious, if this been any of the more high maintenance clients, we would have been done. Frankly, that the lack of consistency is why I haven't given you a new client yet. You know, obviously there's getting used to the system, but once you get used to it, I mean, it's worth. I'm not planning on changing the system for a while, because it's how it works, and I just want everyone to get used to it. But I'm glad you're going through this, because I went through it myself working with Festi, where you're doing too much, where you become the graphic designer, or you become the video editor, and you find yourself especially trying to balance everything out, you find yourself a little bit more exhausted than usual, right? Or behind on things that need to get done. So I hear where you're coming from, but I'm glad you kind of went through this. You saw, like, yeah, this probably isn't the best way. You kind of feeling that right now? And are you clear, just because I'm not sure if I communicated it, that once something is up, and how to create, like, a new task for Ubaid, like schedule new content? Did I share that? Because I just want to make sure that, because there's as much to improve on my end as for everyone. So what's gonna be different? How do I know that this isn't gonna, because this isn't gonna happen again? Because this happened again back in May. Oh fuck, that's right. Got it. That's right. Alright, well, we'll play it by ear. I just want to grab some lunch with you and hang out. No problem, dude. Alright. Have a good night, dude. I appreciate you hopping on the phone with me. Yeah. Alright. You're welcome, dude. Love ya. Bye. Yeah, so it's these conversations where I feel like sometimes I'm being mean, but it's also the conversations that, you know, that have to happen. I'm trying to speak from a place where I genuinely care about them. At the same time, I genuinely care about what we are trying to create, and I'm giving everything I've got, yet, you know, it's hard to, you know, a relationship is hard to sustain if only one person's giving it, and it might not be the best philosophy for some of you guys in terms of keeping people on a team, but you know, there's a lot of potential that I see in a lot of the people on my team, which is why I fight so hard for them. It's because I know they can do good shit. It's just really seeing what's going on, and what can we do? How can, like, realigning and being aligned in the next step, and reminding them, this is the feedback. This is how we get better. And if we don't improve upon it, then the feedback's going to keep happening. And you know, this video turned out a lot longer than I thought. This is like I was intending that call to be like a 5-minute call, but it was a conversation that needed to happen. It was I felt good about it because, you know, I want him to do well. That's why we had that conversation, because I see the talent, and it's frustrating when, you know, when you see the talent in someone and they don't do it. And I've been having that talk, and I'm glad we have that rapport and trust that we can have these conversations, because in the end, I really love everyone. I care for them. It's just, you know, it stings when when we're supposed to be working together and people don't show up when they're supposed to. So, and people may think, you know, hire slow, fire quickly, and I'm doing a little bit of both, hire slow, fire slow, because I'm very particular with the people I want to bring on board. Chemistry is huge. Longevity is just as important for me, which is why I fire slow, and I aim to keep them on board as much as possible, especially if they're meshing well with the team. But I know there's only so much one can take before, you know, you just draw the line. And luckily, in this case, you know, we didn't lose any clients because of it. There's no huge loss, but having that intent and that integrity of we're aiming to do good work no matter what, low maintenance client, high maintenance client, no matter what, we got to deliver, no matter what. So rehearsal time. Alright, that was probably the most unproductive rehearsals I've ever been at. I mean, I love the people that are in there, I love the people that are running it. I just think that there's a lack of clarity and direction that needs to be done. And I normally am pretty quiet about these things because, one, I'd much rather worry about other things. But, you know, following the theme of being intentional with your time, I'm spending my time with this, and it's fucking frustrating. I want, you know, and this is something that I've actually thought about for about a year, or a little bit more than that, that the people of your company, like, they're the lifeblood. The people of your company are the lifeblood. That is pretty much what makes your company go. And if there's no, you know, if you're not taking care of yourself in general, say take your health for example, if you're not taking care of your health, eating like shit, not exercising, sitting for 100 million hours a day, you know, not ever standing, you know, your health is going to go down the drain. It's the same thing with the company. Like, the difference is that you're working with people, and, you know, they have their complex emotions and individual consciousnesses. But either way, if you're not taking care of the people, which is the lifeblood of your company, of the organization and the body of it, you know, it's going to be hard to produce a great product. And especially since resistances come up, egos may get bumped into. So I just think there's a structural revamping that needs to happen. like and focused more on not just creating the product, focus on taking care of the people that create the product. Yes, time is, you know, can be scarce, but time can also be abundant if people are in rapport and if you are clear with what needs to get done. And if, you know, if time is wasted on, you know, if there's no direction coming in to the rehearsal, if there's no direction coming into a meeting, if there's no direction to a project, then you're fucking wasting time. And every single second counts. You know, I like the quote that goes, measure twice, cut once. All right.
Also, you can keep the Play-Doh after.
Okay, sweet.
Because I'm never gonna need it again.
It's with Sam, our meeting. Okay, what is this for?
It's for my child development class.
See, I knew it.
College.
Is that what you're majoring in? Or is this a class you're taking?
Huh?
Is this just a class you're taking?
Yeah,
or
it's
like
a class I'm taking. No, I'm not majoring. It's just my GE.
Oh.
I don't need. I mean, like.
This is good general education because it's good to be able to know how to work with kids.
It's pretty helpful, you know.
To know how to work with
If
kids.
I ever decide.
Look at him. Look at him.
We're coming. We're coming.
Trying to keep just us in focus.
It's coming.
Can you say hi, bud?
Yeah, I'll play them.
Let's get the Play-Doh. You excited to play with the Play-Doh? Got you some gifts.
Thank
Vlogging. Jordan.
you.
Sam.
Leave it.
Homework.
Leave it.
Time to head to Americana. Alright, so I don't know yet. Let's try the couple of the different entrance points. We can try cutting through that way and then around. So, a quick update. Fire department's not letting any more people in because it's too crowded. Alright. Going through the alleyway. So I'm guessing that we can watch. They're just not letting people through that one way. Yeah, that way. This shit is crazy. Yeah. All right, so we just got kicked out of the line because I have a backpack and I have a tripod and I have a camera. I have quote unquote unprofessional. I have professional equipment. Lame. The top of the Americana parking structure. Oh, we have a pretty decent view of everything down there. I'll show you guys that in a bit. But yeah, this place is friggin' insane right now. Well, that idea didn't work. I got security on. I mean, yeah. So. Alright, so it's not gonna work out after all going to see the tree lighting. So, and I got another meeting right after this. This is kind of a last minute kind of whim, kind of an idea. So, we tried. Gonna grab some food with the fam. Hello? Yeah, can you hear me?
Today's copy of the paper into that same Ohio computer. When the telephone connection between these two terminals is made, the newest form of electronic journalism lights up Mr. Howard.